Good morning. This is Amy Nichols Madison, your Mary Kay lady, practicing redhead and stay-at-home actor. I already cleansed and moisturized because I had to be somewhere early this morning and wanted the face protected. So let's jump right in. Face primer. The face primer keeps the makeup on, but also has SPF in it and keeps the foundation from caking and getting in the crevices we don't want to accentuate. Like I've said, we want to diminish certain things on our face. Oh, I've got a layer of skin coming off. It's time to exfoliate. How often are you exfoliating? You should exfoliate at least 2 times a week. And I am guilty of not doing it all the time as well. So here's what I do. I keep my microdermabrasion in the shower, the crystals, and once every few days, use the refined crystals in the shower, which is good because sometimes it takes a bit of doing to get the crystals off your face. And I like the shower for that. I mean, you can get it off with a washcloth. It takes a few times. So we've got the under eye corrector on, and I had to open a new Precision Brow pencil. This one's in brunette. I've got blonde, dark blonde, brunette, and dark brunette. So a lot of people, dark blonde is really a popular one, and I can do dark blonde too, because since I do my hair red. But like the other redheads do that. But a lot of people with fair skin can do dark blonde. So we're getting that brow tint on. Now I do have clear brow, not brow tint, but like brow mousse to kind of control when the brows go bananas. So I'm gonna spread this on. I was letting it come to my body temperature, called cooking. So I'm gonna do today a look that comes on a color card. Let me show you. And I can pop this in the mail in a flash. No purchase necessary. So here's the color card. And it comes with the 3 colors, the blush and the lipstick, Rosewood. Now today we're gonna kick it up a notch, and we're not gonna do Rosewood, we're gonna do Trademark Pink. But we're gonna combine it with a lip liner that's gonna kind of tone it back a little bit. So I like, Trademark Pink's a little much for the day, but we're going for it. I'm getting it a little. So I'm putting some powder on the eyelids as well. We really want, as I'm out in the heat today, walk-in pooches, we want that color to stay on. Why go to the trouble of doing it all if it doesn't stay on? You feel me? So first we're gonna get that pale pink that I love so much, Blossom. We're gonna get Blossom on and we're gonna put it everywhere. Pat it on there. We want it to stay on today. There we go. Here we are. Patting. Next, we're gonna do, let me make sure I got the right color. We're gonna do Sunlit Rose on the bottom. Love Sunlit Rose. It is a shimmer. I like, if you're worried about shimmer accentuating the creasing and the wrinkling of the eyelid, put it down on the bottom. Or, hey, thought, use the finely milled Mary Kay color. It doesn't get in crevices, I have found, and we've got a lot of pictures of models of all ages using this shimmer. Before I started using it, I just noticed that shimmer betrayed me. Shimmer betrayed me sometimes. But not this stuff. It works well. I like how it... And I'm just building that color. And I'm going to add some things that aren't in the color card because I feel fancy today. I'm not going to dress fancy, but dang it, from the neck up, it's going to be lit, as the kids say. Next up, my absolute fave, Merlot, which is, of course, wine colored. Goes without saying. And guys, I gave up wine for Lent. I can't believe I did it either. But it was telling because I lost 5 pounds. Apparently, I need to abstain from that a lot more. Oh boy.
It would help if I had a fob.
The boy forgot the fob to the gym. So patting this on, this is a serious color. So we want to be able to keep it right where we want it. I often tell you can go back and clean up any color that's too much, but I just say proceed with caution with Merlot. We got a couple colors that are very bold like this that I'm like, dab, dab. And we're gonna do the bottom here to create that V. It's a messy V right now. It's more like, but it's a V. We're gonna make it a V. Bringing it this way. And then we're gonna blend the thunder out of it. You can try to keep it out of the eye. I know. This is one of those situations where it's worse before it gets better. Like cleaning a garage or a closet out. You hit that like 2/3 point where you look at your life lying before you and you're like, why? Why do I do this to myself? Gonna put a little bit of that Merlot on the bottom. I will probably come back and clean the bottom up a little more. We don't want to, well, I do want to go too far. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like going too far a lot. But again, caution. Let's take the smudge brush, this little fella right here, and we're gonna just start blending. Short strokes to blend. Like that. Gonna start evening that out. Gonna blend here. Kind of come in a little. I'm gonna kind of dust off the blending brush. Keep it clean so it doesn't spread this color where I don't want it. Softening that color, softening that line. Slowly but surely. And let's look. Yeah, that is a lot of blending, which right now we're gonna do. And they ask for this color, well, they recommend the color in the crease. Well, as I've shared many times, I have a hooded eyelid. And those of us that do, which is a lot of people, when you relax your eye, it covers the crease. So I like to blend and get it up onto the brow bone so that color can be seen when I relax the eye, which I do occasionally, but then most of the time I'm like, I just look excited and surprised most of the time. Okay. we're gonna work with this for now and do eyeliner. And I reserve the right to go back. Oh, my brow's messy. I need to go see Madeline Reeder McGovern at Salon Mystique, and she'll fix me up. She's that. Oh, I lied to you. I'm gonna use some liquid eyeliner. We're gonna do Light Beam and Pink Starlight. This is my invention, coming up with colors that inspired by Mary Kay's latest looks, where they blend like shimmer on top of shimmer, shimmer on top of matte. And I just love how it plays with the light. So I'm kind of doing it in the center here. Shimmer draws the eye because it catches the light, and it draws the eye to where we want it, which is the eye area. We want people to go, ooh, the eyes. Putting it here in the corner and kind of going up with it. Then we're going to use the cream brush, the cream color brush, which has many uses. You can use it to clean up concealer. You can use it for lipstick to really get that color on, or you can use it with liquid eyeshadow. And that's what we're gonna do right now. Spread that out. There we go. And it creates a nice shape. Remember, as I've said, got a little much. As I've said before, eyeshadow is contouring the eyelid and the bone structure. So putting something sparkly on the inside here is a big factor in that. And you'll see. Let's get our eyeliner on. We're gonna use the gel with expandable brush and tight line first. There we go. Whoa, yeah, like that. See, I keep getting it on my eyeball. Did I tell you? Lo and behold, my tissue collection is shrinking because Harv told me to do Zyrtec instead of Claritin. He said I'd built up a resistance to Claritin. I was like, you can do that? I did, and so I switched to Zyrtec, and I'm not snotting everywhere. Amazing. Okay. Remember, we want the outside line. Oh, we accidentally did a little cat eye. We did it wrong because we don't want the cat eye to point down. We want to point it out and swoop it up. We don't want to give gravity any help. And a lot of us, like me, have eyes that point down. The outside goes down. And we don't want any color or anything on aging eyes that is below the outer corner. That gives the impression that the eye is drooping even more. Do yourself a favor. That's like, we want to go up with most things. We want to go up with creams and serums, because up and out, like up and out, up and out. We don't want to pull on the skin. Our elasticity is disappearing, ladies. We don't want to help that out one bit. Okay, there we go. We're going to do a little bit here, just a little bit, and then we're going to blend. Because in truth, this eyeliner is amazing, but it does crease if you don't blend it. It is waterproof, but it takes, for some reason, it takes a bit to set. And then you're good to go for the day. But let's take the smudge brush and blend, blend, blend. And then we'll put, even on top of the blending, we'll put some Merlot. Yeah, you can't blend this stuff too much. So I'm going in. Oh, I got a dot of it on. And yeah, you're seeing it on my contact. I'll go wash it off. Some of you might be like, how does she do that? Well, she's been wearing contacts since '86, and she doesn't care. She's me. That's me. Yeah, I remember got contacts the first time in '86. I was like, oh. I was absolutely terrified to stick my finger in my eye. I got over it. It's those funny things like that. Like, no. And I see, you know, non-contact wearers are always freaked out by that. And I'm like, I get it. This sounds weird, but it's similar to when you have your first baby. Trust me on this one. And at first you're like, I only want women doctors. I can't imagine anyone examining me that's not a female. And by the time you get to the end, you just do not care. You're like, just get it out. I thought there's no way I would ever let strangers in the room. They asked me like partway through Avery being born, can these medical students come? I'm like, come on in, bring the popcorn. Let's get this kid out. The things you do. And like with my middle one, the godmother of my middle one, her dad was an obstetrician and just happened to be on call the weekend that I went into labor and delivered. I mean, Dr. Broom, I'd met Dr. Broom once, and the next thing you know, there we go. And you're just like, whatever, you know, whatever. Gonna clean up the bottom a little bit. It is a little bit too much for the day. Now the look that I got to think about the look. We're gonna practice the look for Easter morning, which we have to do at 6:45 because we have an early call for the choir. So the dress is violet. It took me several tries. Okay, I'm blowing my nose and I just lied to you. It took me several tries with Amazon to find the right purple to match my fascinator. Yeah, you heard me. My fascinator. The elder ladies of the church made fascinators as a fundraiser. And I asked for one. Now, it's going to take, I'll wear it tomorrow so you can see it. It's on a headband, which doesn't work on my big old head. It just floats on top. So we're going to have to snip the headband off and hot glue some clips onto it. So there's that. I'll have to see if it gets going. Also, I know, first world problems. I don't think I have shoes to go with the dress. I'm panicked over that. Understand, no one's going to worry about that but me. I could wear sandals, God forbid. But I don't know. You can take the girl out of Lubbock, but you feel me on that? I know a lot of people at church wear jeans and t-shirts, and I'm like, no. When I grew up, it was a sign of respect to dress up. In fact, growing up, there was a ton of pressure to wear hose. That pressure is gone now. You can barely find hose in the grocery store. That's one of those changes in fashion that surprised me. Do you guys remember when there was a wall of hosiery at the store? Remember that? And all the eggs, and you were, you know, you had to read the measurements on the back and try to figure out, and then you were like, you know, is it going to have that line on the thigh or not? If you were trying to wear something short. Or for me, instead of buying dance tights, I would look for that. Just trying to make sure there was no line on the thigh, like the little fake girdle thingy. I wouldn't know where to buy hose except for Dillard's right now, man. Although, ooh, maybe I'll go to Dillard's. Get those Givenchy body smoothers. Did you ever try those? I think hopefully they still make them. It could be a cheat on not buying shapewear. We'll see how it goes. Dang it, I didn't do my contour first. Let's get it. Contour. This is called Latte. I have a darker one called Cocoa. Again, I told you can take the girl out of Lubbock. But contour. Doing it under the cheekbone. This is another case of trying to accentuate bone structure. You know, we want the face to look thin. We want our features to be striking or noticeable if you're not a striking kind of gal. But I think everybody to a point wants to be noticed for the things they're proud of. And I want that for you too. I sure do. So I'm going to take no, I'm not. I lied to you. We're going to continue to highlight with this lighter color under here. We did up there. And we're going to accentuate the contour by putting that lighter right there. Now, I know I could always do the giant contour with the darker colors and do the blending like you see on the interwebbings, but this is kind of my version that I was taught by Mary Kay, was using. You can even do a darker foundation, which I have, to do the contour. I just like the powder. I like the precision of using the powder. I'm getting here and here, blending a little bit. Now we're going to use the blending brush because some of these lines are all, you know, we don't want to go too crazy. So here's my blending brush. So good. So we want to smooth it out. We don't want it caught in the crevices, and we don't want it to cake. You know, if you ever turn your mirror over like I sometimes do to the magnify, you're like, oh my God, no caking. But people aren't looking that close, and you shouldn't either. People aren't getting in your face going, you're caking. Ooh, see how it shows the green eyes? Pink and purple can do that. But you know, if you've got, everybody can wear it. For sure. But pink and purple can really accentuate a green eye. So let's get our blush on. And we're going to use Juicy Peach, which is not in this color palette. But don't you worry. We will help find you a blush that matches your skin tone that you can wear with any look. These looks have blush that kind of are in the color palette, but you're good. I do like switching around for the color palettes sometimes. Now let's see. This is real heavy. I think I need to blend a little more. Let's get the blending brush, the big one. Now I don't want to blend the sparkle on the inside of the eye. I want it to stay where it is. This one got a little it got away from me. gonna blend just a little more. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Oh yeah, now it looks like the picture. Let's do our first powder down. First, you say, yes, because this stuff is gonna stay on today if it's the last thing I do. Using that translucent loose powder. I'm gonna say translucent loose powder. Makeup finishing spray, which is hairspray for the face. Whilst that dries, let's do a couple of things. We're gonna do SPF 50 sunscreen on my chestises and neck. I had skin cancer, well, for the last several years, but I finally got it treated last year, and it's right here. The last thing I'd want to do is sunburn the skin cancer, because I think that goes against just about everything. That's a big no. Okay, let's get the eyes. Gonna use waterproof eyeliner so it doesn't sweat off. Here we go. And the waterproof is in the gray tube. And I'll do a couple of coats on the top. After I get the coat on, I kind of focus on the ends. You feel me? Moving up. There are many reasons to use the products that I sell. You know, making sure, you know, the color guarantee. In fact, everything's guaranteed if you don't like it. But dang it, being able to enjoy a product knowing that it's guaranteed, you don't have to stick with it. Our mascara is the best I've ever used. I'm not gonna lie to you. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you at all. Our mascara truly is the best I have ever used. And the waterproof, amazing. But back in the day when I've used waterproof, it's a booger to get off. Our stuff comes off. Of course, you need the makeup remover. I love our eye makeup remover so much. It worked good. I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you if I didn't love it. And I am. Let's get our lip liner on. We're gonna do Rose. And this kind of, it's a bright color, but it tempers down the Trademark pink in a way that I like. And I'm gonna color in the whole thing. That will affect the pigment, but also as I go about my day, this pigment will stay on. It kind of holds the lipstick, but say the lipstick comes off, which it, you know, eventually it will, but it'll take a while. This pigment will still be there. It's kind of my version of those lipstick companies that have that stays absolutely on until you have something to take it off. But I don't like that stuff because it cakes. Gonna powder down again. And I'm gonna powder down the lip liner. Old stage trick I learned in college from my homegirl, Shani. If you know her, if you know, you know. Let's take a moment to do glazed highlighter on the tip of the nose and then the top of the cheek over here. Where I didn't put a lighter color on top. Let's get our Trademark pink on. Look at that. Is it the color of the Cadillac? Maybe more intense, but I love it. I remember when Ella was little, about 4. my mother and I were buying her pink cowboy boots at Target, like the sparkly ones. And she looked at my mother and said, "Oh, Mimi, isn't pink wonderful?" And my mother starts crying and she's like, "Yes, yes it is." I'm gonna put Sheer Illusion on top of it. Lip gloss. The mattes are really good. And if you take the matte, use your lip liner and then put a clear lip gloss or a lip gloss that accentuates the color or complements it, complements it, or you see what I'm saying? This stuff is going to stay on for hours. But also I love the lip gloss because the matte, although it really is effective pigment, sometimes dries out, and everything on me is dry. So there we go. There's the pink color card and Trademark pink. I feel pretty fancy today. Easter week. Yes, Easter week. Good stuff. This is my first proposed look for Easter, even though I'm wearing violet. I don't know if that's going to work. Let me know if you like it. If you watch this video to the end, God bless you. And if you would give me an emoji, or, a like is fine, but if you would give me an emoji to help my algorithm, I would be very grateful. If you enjoyed any of these colors and want to know what they are, message me. I will fill you in. You can always go to marykay.com/Amy Nichols Madison to buy anything I used. Send me a message there as well. Thank you so much for joining me today.